Hello and welcome to the Engerati studio. I'm Rose Bundock, Head of Commercial Content. I'm joined now by Tim Wells, Vice President of Engineering at KG Technologies. Tim, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
We're going to be talking about the global demand for cheap meters. What are we seeing out there, Tim?
It's pretty consistent. Everybody in the world wants the lowest cost meter. And it's a very consistent message, and it's a challenge for us, again, as we're the most expensive component in the meter. So of course we're the target of any cost reduction goes on.
So is a big factor in that the cost-benefit analysis? Are utilities finding that it's just not adding up, the business case for the smart meters?
Yeah, they look at the meter as a whole, and they don't understand the safety side and the reasons that the specifications are what they are. They're there to save people, to protect them when they have these products on the side of their house, or the residential or the industrial side of things. So I don't think that they fully understand the impact that the strict specifications have on the meter costs.
So where's the disconnect coming from? Are specifications being set too high to achieve a cost-benefit analysis?
The meter has its own set of specifications, which up until recently the relay manufacturers have to comply to. So we're being asked to comply to a meter standard. There is some activity going on with the IEC committee to have a specification specifically that addresses the relay. And I think you'll see a more realistic standard. It'll be a more cost-effective standard. But until that legislation comes along, we have to do what we have to do.
So we're here in Turkey. I mean, KG Technologies has shown a commitment to this market.
Yes.
You were exhibiting here 2 years ago. How are we applying that, that sort of scenario of looking for a cheaper solution in Turkey?
Well, I think Turkey sees the benefit. They hear worldwide that smart meters is the way to go. It's proven in many countries that it will pay off. It is the way to go. But with all the utilities that exist in Turkey, there's no consistent message amongst all of the utilities. So until that they can kind of come to some kind of an agreement, everybody is going to each of the meter manufacturers is going to comply in their own way.
So they haven't agreed on the use cases or the actual specification?
Well, the use case of the meter is set, but there is some, it is a little bit nebulous as to how strict or what are the cost impacts of that use case. Is it expensive? Are you specifying a meter that is expensive? Or is there some other reason for the cost?
So what would be your message to those DSOs in Turkey that are currently tendering or planning to tender for smart meters?
I think they really need to understand the requirements from a safety and a specification standard, and really understand where the costs are within those standards. You mentioned use case. It's similar to what they call a utilization category. We're held to a UC3. Well, there's a real cost impact to being UC3 compatible or compliant. Say there's UC2, which has a lower requirements. It's also lower cost. So I think that they really understand and really look at the market and see what's really required. Because our experience is that everything is overspecified.
You're obviously a component supplier.
Yes.
Companies coming in that want to play in this market, is it a closed shop? Is it mostly domestic manufacturers that will be supplying those DSOs?
I think it's an open. I think that these utilities are going to probably take the lowest cost meters, whoever provides the lowest tender. And I think you'll see some of these meter manufacturers will make compromises in order to get the business. I mean, there's a lot of business out there, a lot.
Okay,
and
so there is
will,
potential here in this market.
Sure, everybody wants to be a part of it. India is really starting to heat up. Brazil's been trying for a few years, not so successful. France was very successful. The UK is in the middle, and theirs will be successful. So it's proven. But again, there's a lot of people that want some of this business in Turkey. Fully understanding it and sticking to your reputations and everything is, I think that's the challenge.
Okay, thank you for your insights.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks for joining
Thank you.
us. You can watch plenty more of our videos, our Engerati Studio videos, on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.